Recording.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
What is going on?
Oh,
Did you just get a text?
I did. He's all tied up this afternoon. Well, you should probably get untied.
Ooh, sounds kinky. Say if you're all tied up, how do you respond to my text?
I just responded with sounds kinky.
There you go.
All right, anyway. What's going on, buddy?
It is a lovely day.
It is.
I have a belly full of sliders, so I'm happy.
Yeah, so we're second show, same day.
Same day, second show.
More pork sliders.
Same day, second show. A little bit louder and your mom's a hoe.
Well, hold on.
We may be shifting gears here.
Maybe.
That was a good opening, too.
It was. Well, we can see, I mean.
We'll just keep rolling.
Just keep rolling with it. So, we've been trying to get some people on the show last minute because we're recording a second show in the same day, which is not unusual, but
yeah,
they're just like,
let's try and hit some people up.
We didn't.
Since we planned nothing, let's just text a few people.
Yeah, and see what happens.
See who can phone in.
So, one gentleman is doing chores with his horses. I love you, Mo.
And would that be chorses?
Ooh, it could be choices.
He's doing his chorses.
Chorses. So he's got horses, and Mo was unable to be on today, and that's fine. We will get him on. I promise.
Yeah,
I promise him. He's our only shareholder. So we will get him on.
Part owner.
Yeah, he's essentially. If it wasn't for Mo, then literally I would not have actually got off my ass and started doing this show. So
that and finding an amazing co-host.
Well, I've been posting that for 7 years and no one responded.
I responded the first time,
but I didn't get off my ass.
That's true. And then finally 7 years later and hanging out in the gym and then not hanging out in the gym, you're like, hey, we're going to start this now.
We're going to do this.
Gear. Okay.
I did this. And then
and 2 years later, here we are.
Right. And here we are. I actually posted on June 8th, hey, Randy, we've been doing this for 2 years, and you never responded to the Facebook post.
I didn't see the post. I saw the message.
You're right. You know why you didn't?
Why?
Because it was set to only me on privacy.
I was like, dude, I definitely, I checked Facebook. I would have replied to that.
Yeah, hey. I was just like, damn it. I looked at it the other day. I'm like, why is Randy not responding?
Yeah, why would I not?
Why would he not respond to us? You know, our literally our 2 year anniversary. That's a big deal. And I looked at the privacy settings and I'm like, it's set to only me.
You idiot.
Well, I do that. I'll set it to me and then I'll post stuff to myself.
Right. So
and then save it and then so that I can go back and reference things on occasion. So I started using.
Send it to myself via. You can send your own message.
Yeah.
I do that.
I do that too.
Or hit the save feature.
But if it's something like a link or something that I want, then I have a save folder because you can save stuff on Facebook. Yeah. So I'll save it. I'll post it to myself and save it into a category in the save file in the whatever their filing system
in
that they have.
In the cloud.
Yeah, and then I can go back and reference it later because I'll save stuff for the show. I'll save stuff for woodworking things and other pieces.
So you tried to actually do a post.
To you and
like a congrats, buddy. We did it 2 years.
We've been around for 2 years. Look at us.
And you were talking to yourself,
and then just the usual talking to myself. So
yeah, we're now over 2 years.
We are now over 2 years.
By a bit,
by a couple days. June 18th.
Well, as we record this,
yeah, by a bit now. So we didn't have anything planned for the show.
Nope.
And
shocker.
I just Googled random things to chat about. Which leads us to random conversation starters.
Yeah. How to break the ice.
How to break the ice.
Which some people have trouble with.
They do.
I don't.
I don't. I just don't like to talk to people.
Yeah, you're not an introvert. Like, you're not awkward or anything in public.
But not.
Unless it's like somewhere you like to go or something you like to do.
Yeah, I don't want to be
like, you go to the gym and you're fine.
Yeah, I'll run.
I'll go to Outer Belt and talk to the guys, you're fine.
Yeah. If it's someplace I want to be, I'm fine.
If it's, you're not the kind of guy that's like walks into a business party thing, like a company party.
I don't do company parties.
That's what I'm saying. That's
but
not your thing.
Even at friends' parties, I'll just sit back and watch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily have to be in on a conversation. I can easily sit with a group of people and not say a word for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Or nod my head in agreement on anything. It is. It's like fly on the wall stuff. So, with that, we're going to go over. I found 250 quality conversation starters,
And we have not looked at any of them.
and I haven't looked at any of them other than 1, 2, 3, and 4 because they're right there on the screen.
I didn't even, I see them. I've not read one.
I haven't read them. I see them. And I think we may end up doing I may try to find a random number generator up to 250 and just hit a button and then jump to that one.
Number.
That way it's not you thinking of a number, it's an algorithm, and we'll just do maybe
Fine, that'll work.
a couple of these and see what happens. But you also have a bottle hidden over there in a bag, and I know it's square.
It is a square bottle.
Which leads me to believe that it could be Woodensville, Lead Slingers, or any other whiskey that comes in a square bottle.
You are right. It
yes.
is other whiskey that comes in a square bottle. I actually already sent you a picture of this. So when I was up north, we celebrated my birthday with my in-laws, and I got some cash, and I was like, what do I want to do with it? Well, when I was up north, I went to a liquor store I hadn't been to.
Okay.
It was in a Giant Eagle. I was like, I haven't been to that one. Let's see what they have. Found a bottle of the Woodford Double Oaked we like so much.
Yeah.
The little, the different bottle you said to look out for.
Yeah.
I think it was that same one.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are you sure?
It's different than no, I'm not.
Like the small 350 milliliter bottle?
Yeah, for $50. Like I sent you a picture of it. You, dude, and Tyler. Open up your messenger.
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting there. To the
group one,
the Bourbon Hunters.
Yep. Scroll up.
Scrolling.
It's one where I
scrolling
all that meat. We post meat pictures a lot.
We do a lot of.
You called me trash. That one.
Oh yeah, that's a normal bottle.
Okay,
that's just normal.
That's the normal double oaked.
Yeah, that's a normal double oaked. Yeah.
So I saw that, but sitting next to it is Seven Brothers.
Okay.
And I went, never seen that before.
No.
It's Hickory smoked whiskey.
Okay, I'm in.
Now, obviously, we like Hickory smoked.
Yeah, I do.
As you scroll back down through our Bourbon Hunters group
Which
page,
is private just to the four of us.
It is. Right. Yeah, that's not something we put out there.
No.
There's a lot of smoked meats. You got a new grill smoker thing.
I got a grill. Dude's got one. Tyler's got one.
Yeah. I don't, but Beth and I just ordered a fire pit because we like cooking over open wood flame.
Yeah. So instead of a grill,
the same thing. Yeah, instead of a grill, we can't do smoked over it necessarily. We could, but not the same way. But yeah, I thought hickory smoked. I like this. It is distilled with smoked hickory wood. It's just Seven Brothers. Cool looking bottle.
Yeah.
A square one. It's pretty
square,
standard.
And that looked like a bottle like that. From what I could see, just the one corner. The Woodinville's a little narrower. It's not as thick. And the same thing with the Lead Slingers bottle. Lead Slingers is what I actually got started drinking whiskey with. And I don't think we've ever done a review of that. I'll have to pick up a bottle. I've never had it. It's good.
So this, they had several different, 2 or 3 different varieties, and I saw hickory smoked whiskey. And whiskey, even though this is made here in Ohio, is spelled without the E. I didn't really realize that.
Hold on, say that again.
Whiskey is spelled without the E.
That
WHISKY, which is traditionally Irish whiskey.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, say that again.
So on the back here, it says natural, innovative, bold, and flavorful. And there's a picture. The labels are kind of cool. They're kind of papery feeling.
Yeah. They look like
kind of crooked. It's like somebody put it on by hand, kind of.
Yeah, hand placements.
But the back says, Seven Brothers believes the best way to make spirits that are flavorful and a pleasure to drink is to make them with fresh, locally sourced, natural ingredients that taste good. Hickory smoked whiskey begins with freshly milled Ohio soft red winter wheat and yellow corn.
Okay.
We preserve the natural flavors and infuse locally harvested, kiln-dried, toasted, and smoked hickory using our custom-crafted vacuum still.
Okay.
Pretty intrigued.
Yeah, vacuum still. This sounds...
Right. The result is exceptionally smooth with characteristics of spicy, fruity bourbon whiskey and the light smokiness of single malt Scotch whiskey. So the first one that says bourbon whiskey does have the E. At the end when it says single malt Scotch whiskey, it doesn't. I didn't read this back label when I bought it.
Okay.
Try a new twist on an old fashioned. So I thought smoked man fashions.
Ooh.
Hickory smoked whiskey.
And I have a hickory chip that I use. Except I don't have a lighter right now. I can't catch my wood on fire.
I don't have my lighter either.
I
always carry a lighter.
I usually have my plumber's torch.
Yeah.
And I tried using one of those like stick lighters. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work as well.
It'll take forever.
I need to get some more propane.
But yeah, it says try it from your favorite whiskey glass. So it's a 80 proof. This costs like $35. Seven Brothers is here in Painesville, Ohio. I've never heard of them.
I've never heard of them either.
So this does not tell us how long it's aged. I didn't look up online anything. I saw one review I briefly read where they talk about why they chose to spell it whiskey without the E, even though it's not made in Ireland.
Yeah, then that's the weird thing.
All of it's intriguing to me. But I bought it when I was up in the hotel one night. I decided to pour me a little bit to try it, and I was intrigued. So before you get too far into reading anything,
I'm just looking for.
I want to smell it, taste it.
Yeah, I'm just looking for if I can find tasting notes or anything about it.
I was happy because I couldn't tell when I bought it because it's a plastic cap, but it is a cork. So that made me feel better. Like it's not a cheap plastic cap, screw-on cap.
All right, so you get that opened up. Ooh, nice.
Sounds good, right?
It does. Sounds like a cork coming out of a bottle.
All right. So
Which was not that sound that I just made with my lips. Ooh. All right, I'm coming over.
All right, you come get this. Ooh, I probably poured that a little heavier than I wanted to. Okay. So, yeah, when I say cork, this cork is like a coated.
And it's a little
It's
cloudy.
like a rubber cork.
Yeah.
Thing.
Okay.
It's not like a cork. So I didn't notice that until I opened it. But it, when I went to open it, I was like, oh, cork. Pull it out. It's rubbery.
Pull it out.
Pull it out.
Let me set this in. Okay. Yeah, I like the label because the label's basic.
Yeah.
Like it's very
simple,
elegant, minimalistic.
And I like around the top where it has their logo on the wrap around the top, around the neck.
The neck of the bottle.
Yeah, it's on front and back. So, I was very intrigued. So I had to get it. It was $30, $32, $35, I think. All right. So, and it's a hefty bottle.
It is a hefty
bottle.
bottle.
There is weight to this glass.
Well, yeah, you can knock someone out with that.
Yeah.
You're not breaking that on a bar and then stabbing somebody with it. You're just going to club them like a seal.
Break your wrist trying to break that on a bar. So go ahead and give it a smell.
Okay.
See what you think. Because like I said, I had to try a little bit of it.
It has a real heavy hickory scent to it.
It smells like a campfire.
It's overpowering.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to pick up anything else.
Right. And that's exactly how I feel about this. It's very, very heavy on the nose.
Yeah, super, super.
Like you don't get caramel, you don't get vanilla, you get hickory.
You get hickory.
Smoked wood.
Yeah, it is. It honest to God, it almost smells like my smoker when it's running.
Yeah. It smells like if you had a normal, like a Weller Special Reserve sit next to your smoker, I feel like you'd get these aromas floating around.
Yeah, you would.
You can tell it's a drink, but you just smell hickory smoke.
Yeah, it's super, super heavy. I like it though. It's all very intriguing, right? Yeah.
So give her a taste when you get a chance.
Yeah, let me
reply to
our guest, getting guests lined up for next week. Okay, so it's still super. I can't get.
It's all hickory.
Yeah, it's all hickory on the nose.
You're going to get nothing else. I'm telling you. So give her a good taste there.
So heavy on the hickory. Wow. What proof is it? This has got to be like a. Whoa.
What do you think it is? I already said it.
I know, and I wasn't paying attention. This has got to be like what, 90?
80 proof.
That's close. I don't know.
It's weird, isn't it?
All I taste is hickory.
Yeah.
Like I get nothing else.
It tastes
and it sticks with you.
It tastes like you're eating a campfire.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
Be honest. You thinking?
I'm thinking because I want to like it. Like I really want to like
Everything about it's so intriguing, right?
But it's so overpowering.
All Ohio ingredients.
Yeah.
Made in Ohio. Great bottle, I think.
Oh yeah,
it's probably. I mean, it's one of the better square bottles. It's thick. It's hefty. This would be a good one to make like a lamp out of because it's going to get knocked over.
It's easily. A weapon.
It is.
I mean, you can make it as a lamp and a weapon.
You definitely could. And when I first tasted it, I went, whoa, because I was eating a local pizza from a place up. I was by in Milan, outside of Milan near Sandusky, and I got a local pizza. Had this. Thought, oh, it's local to Ohio. Let's have them together. And I ate my pizza, and I poured a little bit of this into a paper cup at the hotel room. and tasted it, and I was like, okay, maybe the paper wax cup is throwing it off. Because I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but I didn't drink more. I did not revisit it.
I just put a little water in my mouth instead of in my glass, and then took a sip, and did more like a 2-to-1 water to this, like
to try and chill it out.
Heavy dilution.
Yeah, because it's strong, dude.
It is.
I get hickory and I get ethanol.
I don't even get the ethanol. I'm getting straight mouthful of smoke, and not like Scotch peat smoke, like smoke,
like when you move and the campfire smoke follows you, and then you breathe it all night.
It's like how your mouth smelling your shirt.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Nope, me neither.
I don't. I wanted to.
Me too.
I had intrigued by it. I had high hopes for like that, having that hickory like right off the bat, and then hoping it would blend into, something, some raisins or dates or.
You want something outdoorsy. You want the fruity. You want the the aromatics, the floral.
Yeah,
floral and fruity is what I was hoping for, with a light hickory taste.
No, this is
all hickory smoke.
This is straight.
You're chewing on a piece of old wood.
It's jicama. You're just chewing on jicama. This is
this tastes like you've been camping for 2 weeks without brushing your teeth or a shower.
And smoking cigarettes, cigars, and pipes.
Yeah, and sitting around the fire.
Yeah.
So
just smoking the wood right off the fire.
I think I just went maybe a little less than half water mixing with what I have left, which makes it look like I have more again. And this is why I said I over-poured it, because I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah, you way over-poured that.
Now, here's the thing.
You just pour it right back in the bottle, because that's yours.
You don't want to trade this for the Traverse City?
Nope, no. If this and Traverse City was on the shelf, I'm picking Traverse City every time.
I would take this, walk it up to the counter, and put it in their trash can, and go get the Traverse City and buy it.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was for the price in the whole story. And when I got back, I researched once I got back to the hotel. You downed some.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
No. Sorry, guys. 7 brothers.
Yeah. And now here's the thing. They have 2 other kinds that are not hickory, but I'm afraid to try them now.
So they're in Paynesville, which is up near Cleveland, and if you're in that area, I would swing by the distillery and see if you can do a tasting before you bought the other
anything.
2.
Holy
shit.
I was so intrigued because I thought these would make great hickory infused, kind of like ginger infused, right?
Yeah.
The Virgil Cane, I'm thinking, I love Virgil Cane ginger bourbon. Hickory's got to be awesome for a smoked man fashion.
You know what?
And I am so disappointed. I'm so upset that I spent $32. We'll have to look it up. I think it was like $32. You might have to go to OHLQ to find the price.
I'll bring up OHLQ.
I got back while I was eating pizza and I drink water, coffee in the morning, then water the rest of the day. That's pretty much all I drink. I'm looking at the bottle. I've got whatever on TV I'm not paying attention to. I'm sitting at the desk in my hotel room eating, and I get on my laptop.
Oh, my God.
And
they do vodka.
Oh, they do all kinds of stuff.
They got infused vodka. They have gin. The smoked wheated whiskey is $32.24.
Yeah.
They have a small batch
gin.
They have a
20.
A spiced rum. A spiced whiskey.
Yeah.
They don't make... Unless this 6 days, 7 nights is just your basic, like they have
American whiskey.
They have 2 that just say American whiskey. Everything else is an infused something.
Or spiced. But yeah, man, even half and half, that is hard to choke. And here's the thing. So I looked at it. I read one little line of an article that talked about, well, we use the whiskey without the E because it's kind of like a single malt scotch, but it's American whiskey mix. Hickory smoked, I'm thinking, this is going to be a great collaboration.
Yeah.
So I poured a little bit, and I said, screw it on Martelle. This one's mine. And I sipped it, and I went, I choked on it. Well, in the hotel room, I stayed in one of those master suites. It has stuff in the fridge that comes with your room for being, I'm like a however reward member. There's Coke in there.
Now that kind of fixed it.
What, take it and chase it with water?
Yeah. A big gulp of water. Like, fill your mouth up with water so that it's like literally 100-to-1 ratio.
Well, I'll just pour more water in my glass then.
God.
And I'm using room temp water too. Even better. Like I'm really camping. I don't even have refrigerated or ice water.
It's so good.
It's so good to get rid of.
So good to get rid of that.
I respect that you did not waste it. You choked it down.
I will not waste it.
Would you like more?
No.
So I mix this with Coke, right? Because you can mix Jack with Coke, and it's better than Jack neat.
Well, we thought the same thing with the Beam 8 Star.
This is the same deal.
Yep.
It did not.
It made it worse
at all. It made it so bad, I dumped it out. I didn't have much left because I only poured a little in the cup, and I put a little Coke in with it, and I said, "Screw it."
You might as well fill that Glencairn all the way up with water.
So I think this one is going to.
You should pass it off to a friend.
Yeah, this is going to go to
white elephant gift.
This is going to go to a white elephant, this is going to go to somebody who drinks to get drunk or something. Because
I would white elephant that.
I can't do it.
I would white elephant that with another bottle of something good.
You know where this was put? Before I thought about bringing it today, I put this in my hutch where I keep everything down low in the cabinet doors.
Yeah.
Because I have a nice display I like with like antique bottles and glasses and handmade mugs. And so this sits down below. And this, I had to move the Woodford Double Oaked, the Virgil Cane, Ginger Infused, and the Angel's Envy Rye to get to this. So I moved 3 very good whiskeys, bourbons.
So it's bottom back shelf. Bottom back
because
shelf.
When I put it under there, I didn't have room in like the front lineup once I added the Woodford.
Yeah.
I had the Woodford in this and room for one, and the Woodford fit sideways. This one, I pulled stuff out, put it in, then put stuff back in because I knew I wasn't going to touch this. And then this morning while showering, I thought, I'm taking that for a review because I was wondering if it was just me.
No.
Now I'm glad to know because at $32, I'm like, how bad can it be? It's bad.
It's bad. It's real bad.
I won't finish this bottle.
I'm giving it a 1.
Oh, no, I'm 100% with you. I'm not even offended. I spent $32 on this. It'll be gifted. It's trash.
Well, like I said, white elephant that.
You might get it in white elephant.
Yeah. I would put another bottle of something good with it.
A small bottle.
No,
like a 2-ounce sample.
I would probably, in reality, if I could find one of the 1.5 like gallon bottles of Weller. To compensate.
I've got one of the big handles of Weller.
To compensate for
I've got one of those and one of Buffalo Trace.
The nastiness.
Yeah, that
would be the white elephant gift.
It's whew.
I would write nasty on the label. Just over everything, just write nasty.
I want it.
And then
I would just be like, here you go. I like the bottle.
The bottle's nice.
I'd display it, put some of those white Christmas lights in it or something. It'd be a nice little Pinterest thing. If you're into that, I just throw mine away. But whew.
All right, rough. Well,
mine's still sitting here. The water's sitting, and I'm hoping it'll air out and oxidize, and I'll sip on it as we go. Probably, I'm not looking forward to finishing it.
Yeah,
I did not mean to pour mine as heavy as I did, and I still didn't pour it a lot.
I'm about ready to go get something else just to
do it.
Just to
go get us something good that you have plentiful.
All right, so I had to go get something else.
Yeah, I shot what was left of my Glencairn. I poured in more water when you walked downstairs. And shot it, and it was not any better. It was just watered down nasty.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah, I cleaned mine out. I poured a lot of water in because I didn't want to taste. Yep, see, that's why. That's why you use a lot of water.
It tastes like a stale Dorito.
Dude, I would eat stale Doritos any day over this stuff.
No. So
I'd dip them in ketchup and eat them.
I went down and grabbed something else. Something we've never done on the show, I don't believe.
Have we not?
I do not believe we have done a bottle of Blanton's.
Are you sure?
You
started going through. Did you get them all done?
Yeah.
You got our whole list done?
Yeah. Everything we've tasted that I could find because I usually put it in the description. So I just went through all the descriptions and looked to see what we had done.
I mean, except for January of this year, we've had something every episode. Beer, whiskey, rum, something.
Let me,
because I was going to do that, but if you did it, that means I don't have to do that.
Well, I did it. And I need to put it up on
right there.
I need to put it up on the, just skip. Oh, whatever. I'll come back to that.
Oh, man, you did. You made a spreadsheet like dude.
And I put it by show.
Oh, nice.
So I also put the show that we did so that we can go back and look. And we really, it couldn't have been in 50 shows. But I have a few here that I don't have listings for that I'm pretty sure we done. Like, I don't know when we did the Knob Creek. I couldn't find it in the description.
Okay.
So there's a couple that I don't have.
Have we done those 3 Mitchers?
No, those I've got to see what bottle I have because I know we did Mitchers.
Which is the one I had, right?
No, I have it.
Okay, you have one. I've got a Mitchers too.
Okay, I don't think we did the one that you had. I think we did the one that because I've had it for a little while. So I ended up
in the Mitchers I have. I forget off the top of my head which one it is. is one of my go-tos now. That, and you know what I really like, and I looked for when I was up north again, and I couldn't find, was the Bernheim, the wheat that we just recently reviewed.
Yeah.
That's become one of my, I put that on rocks like we talked about.
Yeah.
Better. I mean, phenomenal on the rocks.
See, I'll have to try that.
It's so good. So I'm going to probably try and find another bottle or two of that.
Look how that glass just curves the Blanton's bottle. It's like it was meant to be there.
And yes. That's beautiful.
That is really nice.
He's nice.
Now, the Blanton's bottle is a pretty bottle.
It's iconic at this point. Everybody knows what it looks like.
Everybody that's a whiskey drinker knows what a Blanton's bottle looks like.
People that are vodka drinkers probably know what it looks like because it's one of the most highly sought after bourbons.
Yeah.
We don't agree with the reasoning why. We hate that you have to hunt it.
I like it. That's the whole thing. I don't like the hunt.
It's the hunt. The price is great. The story is great. The corks are great. All the horsey corks.
Oh, so much caramel and vanilla.
Yeah, this is going to be way better.
This
stuff's kind of like giving me a headache. Like, I don't feel good right now.
You shouldn't have shot it. You should let me dump that out.
I should have. I filled my Glencairn to like here with water, and it's still. Oh. This smells great. I swear we've done Blanton's before.
I don't know that we have and I don't have it on our list, but.
Well, we're going to do it now then.
So, and
there's Blanton's. It's on your list.
Is it?
Yeah, right, number 7.
Oh, son of a bitch. There it is. We did. Episode 74.
Yeah, I was like, I swear we've done a Blanton's before.
Yeah. Well, we're doing it again.
Well, we're doing it again because we had to get rid of that taste. Yeah. Which is, we've never really had to.
This isn't necessarily a review.
This is just, we want something cleansing. Better. This is just us enjoying something that's not Seven Brothers Hickory smoked.
Right.
Do not buy that. Matter of fact, if you see it, tell the store owner to stop carrying it.
Stop carrying that. So.
Save fellow whiskey drinkers.
So, what do you think the next big technologically advancement will be? Or technical advance will be?
Well, they're still working on the self-driving cars. That's a pretty big
They
one.
are, and Tesla seems to have that market cornered.
Seems to.
Cornered market. He's a corner market for...
the space travel thing's intriguing me. The private space travel?
And I am all on that. So you mentioned Tesla, or you mentioned self-driving cars. I mentioned Tesla.
Yeah, it's a pretty big one.
SpaceX, that's
Tesla.
Tesla,
it's all Elon Musk.
It's all Elon Musk. He's working on something called Neuralink.
Oh no!
And this is what I think will be the next big thing. Private space travel. That's a big leap in technology, but that's more around the aircraft, the spacecraft to get there.
Yeah.
This Neuralink that he's working on.
How cool did that rocket look too?
Oh, it was so amazing.
Compared to what we're used to seeing from like the 80s and 90s.
The Dragon.
With all the switches and buttons. You looked in that, it looked like they were in like the roller coaster ride or something. It was like clean dashes. Their helmets were real sleek looking. Like,
the only thing I didn't like about it is how cramped they are in there. Like,
literally... You only have so much space.
Oh, no, I know. But like, they were literally... Like, you're telling your kids constantly, don't sit so close to the TV. Move the iPad back, which is all a myth at this point. That's what we were always told. Like, don't sit so close to the TV. It's going to hurt your eyes.
Nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
Unknown. It's kind of like the coronavirus. We don't know.
But they are within like 8 inches of looking at that screen.
Yeah.
And it's all touchscreen. So badass. But Neuralink. So what Elon's working on with this Neuralink thing is actually an implant. It's an implant in your brain.
Hard pass.
Hold on. It's not for you.
If it's in my brain, it's
not for you.
You're right. It's not for me.
It is designed to help people. So they've found connections with someone who is colorblind or someone who goes blind or...
So this is going to be a medical thing.
It's the purpose off the bat is a medical piece. It is to help somebody that is blind to be able to see again. Because they found these pathways, and if you can just fire these pathways, and that's what this Neuralink does.
But what if it's just because the eye's foobar? If the eye's jacked, a chip in the brain's not going to fix an eye.
No, that's a different. That's a fucked up eye versus someone who may have been born blind because of a malfunction in the brain.
Yeah, I'm way too dumb to understand all that.
But going forward, so it's meant for things like that. Someone who may have a speech impediment or can't talk. No, I don't have a speech impediment.
You have a reading impediment.
I have a reading impediment. Completely different.
Okay, so but would they have one to fix that? So
No.
you can read.
Why would we do that at this point? It's part of the show.
Again, not us, but I'm saying somebody who
potentially
you read fine, but when you read aloud, I think it's where you get tripped up.
It's where I get tripped up
because
my brain runs faster than my mouth
day.
can produce it.
Right.
But someone who can't walk, not because
they're fat.
No.
Oh.
Not because they're paralyzed because of a spinal injury, but because the brain just doesn't
Can
fire.
I get a weight loss chip in my brain?
Yes. It's called hypnotism. I was trying to come up with something else.
I feel like if I get hypnotized, I just feel like I was high and get the munchies and eat more.
Nah, they'd be like, you don't want to eat. You are going to work out. So either way, this whole thing is, but in the future, like going forward with this project, there's the option for a synthetic telepathy. So you and I could sit and have a conversation and never open our mouths.
Hard pass.
I am not for that. Well,
you and I are having a telepathic conversation, then all of a sudden you start thinking about
penis.
Yeah, whatever your kinky fantasies
so that
are.
You have to,
that's cool.
Have to deal with that.
Like what you or with your wife or alone do behind closed doors is your business. If you're not hurting anybody else, wear lingerie and put a strap on your forehead and go to town. I don't care.
Ooh.
I don't want to see you doing that.
That's literally taking pegging to the next level.
Yeah, I don't want that image thrown into my brain.
I want to throw that into
even
your
though
brain.
I kind of threw it into my own brain by saying it.
You did.
And now I'm picturing you running around in your unicorn mask.
It's up there on the wall
with a giant strap on your forehead.
A giant phallus.
I'm a unicorn.
That's so fucking magical.
All right. Let's get back to what we were supposed to do.
So, all right. So with that, an app that mysteriously appears on your phone that does something amazing. What does it do?
Oh, this is back to the conversation starters. That was a terrible segue.
Well, that's where I started it with the technology.
Was that the first
advance.
one?
That was the first one.
I didn't even see that you were reading a question.
Right.
So you just started a conversation.
I did.
So we're talking about conversation starters today, and Martelle started without me knowing. So that was a good conversation.
That was
number 212. I saw the number you picked.
No, it actually wasn't 212. It was I think 197.
Whatever number.
Yeah, 212 didn't work.
Okay.
As a conversation starter.
Well, how do you know?
Because for what we were talking about,
we still should have read it.
Now
we're starting a conversation about conversation starters that don't work as conversation starters.
Well, it didn't work for what I was trying to accomplish at that time.
I'm a dude playing a dude being another dude. All right, so
yeah, he's getting shit for that too.
Oh, he's got it since he did it.
No, Gen Z is finally catching on to.
I don't care. Not now.
Anyway.
Not this episode.
Anyway,
now I've got Blanton, so I'm happy. So 137.
So 137.
The combo starter is again
an app that mysteriously appears on your phone that does something amazing. What does it do?
Stops my phone from being traceable.
That's a good one.
That'd be my favorite one.
That's good.
It can't listen to me. It can't GPS track me. It can't. It's just lets my phone function for what I want it to do.
We can easily come up with that app, though.
We could. But even like on airplane mode, the government can track you right now.
Yeah, they're still
carrying that
as long as that SIM is active.
Exactly,
it can be traced. I like that route. Personally, I think I'd want something that I'm into cryptocurrencies. I would like something that actually does some sort of automatic investing, so that I don't have to really do anything. Like it just reads the market.
Set how you want to invest, like conservative or
and it would just kind of
not vote, but invest, and it just kind of reads your. You can put in inputs, and then it does it for you.
Yeah, and it would just do it for me.
Okay.
Kind of do that thing for me, so that it will,
Man,
when
there'd be one hell of a liability agreement to that thing.
There would be, but it would be, but you would set your markers. So I want to sell at 10,000.
Right.
Boom, it sells at 10,000. It buys at 9,300. And it just keeps
whatever,
whatever you set your markers to, something along those lines. That would be a pretty cool one. Recently,
that'd be complex.
Though, it would be super complex. But recently, and I think this one is the one I would go for because it's a little crazy and it actually exists at this point. I think it was a Huawei phone. So we don't get Huawei phones here in the U.S.
Right.
There was
a British thing, right?
No, it's China.
Oh.
Chinese. It's basically the Chinese government owns Huawei, and they put all this goofy tracking in. And
surprise.
Yeah. But I think it was on a Huawei phone. They had the option for infrared.
Like the camera?
On the camera. But if you tweaked it in a certain way, it literally became an X-ray.
Shut up.
X-ray photo. So you could take a photo of like an Apple, the guy from Unboxing Therapy did it. He took a picture of an Apple TV box, and it saw through the box, and you could see
like the circuits and the board.
No, the physical like box you would pick up in the store. So you could see the Apple TV, the remote, and everything in the box.
The package.
It saw through the package. But then he took a shirt.
I was going to say, does it work for clothing?
And he took a picture through the shirt, and you could see the box and everything. And I think he ended up taking a picture through the shirt on like a mannequin or something, or there was something where something was wearing some clothing, and you could see right through it. And so Huawei, or whoever the company was, I'm not 100% sure it was Huawei, they pulled that functionality straight off the phone with an update.
That dude's an a-hole. He ruined so many perverts' dreams.
Well, it wasn't him that did it, though. It came up on a cell phone form.
Oh, and then he tested it.
And then he tested it. So it was already out there. It had been out there for months.
Now, see, that's everybody. It's kind of like the whole superpowers and this and that. People always have these ideas of, I wish I hit the lotto, but you don't really know until you do it.
Right.
That's a great function until you forget to turn it off when you're taking a picture of grandma.
Well, I don't know that I would have infrared turned on while I'm taking pictures of people unless I wanted to see women nude.
My point
is, which makes me the asshole.
Which makes you one to try to see one.
Yeah.
But if I, like on my phone, if I take a picture in panorama, the next time I just hit camera, it opens up in panorama.
Oh, see, mine resets automatically right back to
I just had mine set to, yeah. So I'm saying if you were in infrared and you just like hit camera and hit click, oh, there's grandma's boobies down by her knees.
Sweet.
Tuck them back in, grandma.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh, isn't your grandma dead?
Well, yeah.
Man, that's really creepy.
I know.
I have to see through 6 feet of ground before.
Anyway,
I had somebody, I was making jokes with friends online in the chat and on the car forum, and I said something. I made a your mom joke with something stupid, you know. And one of the guys said, well, my mom's dead. And I said, well, I guess it'd be easy to have your way with her then, wouldn't it? And he said, probably not. It's hard to, like, clean up ashes. I said, nope, shop vac.
Wow.
I just got to the point where when people try to play the my parents dead thing, it's like, you know, I get it, but don't try and guilt me into it. And this guy was joking, too. His mom wasn't even cremated. She might be dead, but you can have your way with the corpse.
Yeah, I mean, you do you.
Again, do you really want to read my mind?
Yeah, sometimes.
I don't want to read my mind.
I don't want to read mine, but
my brain does things. I'm like, dude, what the?
And I don't want to look at myself in the mirror either, but every morning, there I am.
I see a third of me in the mirror.
Get a bigger mirror.
Yeah.
All right, so
back up further.
So
next number?
Yeah. What do you think about game shows? Is there one that you like? Is there one that you like to go out and like you make it a point to watch it?
Not anymore. I used to. Anymore. I mean, like, growing up, when you're sick from school when you're a kid.
Sick from home means you went to work.
Right. Which, sick from school is what I should have said. You knew when The Price is Right came on.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Love The Price is Right.
Price is Right was amazing.
It's great.
It was better with Bob.
Every night.
Drew does a good job.
I agree. I agree with both of those. Yeah, Drew does good for what can be expected.
Yeah.
They could have definitely done worse. But
he had big shoes to fill with Bob.
Oh, yeah. That...
Especially with Bob being in Happy Madison.
Yes.
And Happy
Gilmore.
Or Happy Gilmore, Happy Madison's
the
production
company.
I
will say it's the production company, so you're not entirely wrong.
But him and Adam Sandler just been, the price is wrong, bitch. Yeah. Just uppercuts him.
Bob, he's iconic.
And Bob beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, absolutely iconic. But yeah, you know, I love that show. Is it something I watch if I'm working from home? Nah. Let's Make a Deal. Now Wayne Brady does it. Wayne Brady's hilarious. I love Wayne
he's
Brady. Good.
If
I'm home and it's on and I'm flipping through channels, I might watch that. But I don't like make it a point like, oh, it's 1 o'clock or whenever it comes on. I got to watch this. Growing up, Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune back to back.
So, yeah.
Parents watched that. Grandma and Grandpa watched that. This is before cable.
Yeah.
So those were like, hey, we're watching this at this time. It's after dinner. We clean up the dishes. We settle in and watch Wheel of Fortune, whatever.
So you mentioned Let's Make a Deal. And I grew up with semi-hippie parents. Like, my mom was a hippie back in the 70s, and my dad was too, and they were...
That Blanton's is good.
That Blanton's is real good. And they smoked a lot of dope, and they listened to Cheech and Chong. Cheech and Chong are known for what? Weed.
Smoking pot and being funny.
Right. And they're still smoking pot and being funny.
Still. Yes,
but
Tommy Chong, I found a stand-up of his recent where he just lets it all out.
He's hilarious.
It was like it's a YouTube video I found where they just have these guys come on and tell stories that are like self-incriminating or incriminating like other people, to where they haven't been arrested for this to this day, but they should, so I'm not going to say their name, those kind of stories.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious. It's 10 minutes of just pure hilarity. And he's like, all right, thanks, that's my time.
That's it. He's off stage.
He's hilarious.
They had a show. They had a skit on one of their albums. And I can't remember if it was Up in Smoke or it may have been Up in Smoke, called Let's Make a Dope Deal.
Never
and it was a spin-off of Let's Make a Deal. So good. They also, but then there's also, if you ever watch UHF, which is a Weird Al's movie.
It's a garbage movie.
No, that is a...
No, don't.
It's a good movie.
GW pumped that movie up for like a decade, finally made me watch it because he says it's the funniest movie of all
It doesn't
time.
hold up, but it's funny.
He pumped it up for a decade, told me and Jay, my cousin, who's a close friend of ours, it's the funniest movie ever. You got to watch it. We finally watched it. I did not laugh one time the whole time I was watching it.
What's wrong with you?
It's a crap movie. It's not funny.
No.
I love Weird Al. That movie's garbage.
No.
It might have been funny in the 80s. If you
disagree to disagree.
If you were stoned out of your mind, it might be a little funny.
My children loved it.
Were they stoned out of their mind?
Maybe.
Well, there's my point.
I mean, we were...
Were they high on schizophrenia?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Well, I can't argue that.
Either way, there's a show on there where they spin a fish.
Yes.
And it's basically like a Let's Make a Deal thing. I think it's funny. But the Let's Make a Deal was probably one of the shows. I don't know why. I think I watched it and I liked it because they were always doing.
Well, you had the people showing costumes.
Up. Yeah,
right.
They were always dressed up.
And the funniest thing is, like, do you take the $500 or pick one of these three doors? And one of them has a trip to Hawaii, and you pick a door and it's a goat. Like, what do? You show up to a game show and now you have to go home with a goat? That's hilarious.
I want to show.
That's why I love Let's Make a Deal.
I would like to go home with a goat.
Bah, baby.
I don't know that goats go
you
bah.
You really are. Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I
thought they just screamed.
No, well, the funny ones do. But yeah, no, they just bleat. Just scroll up. You're not going to find.
I know it's going to be.
Put a space or a period after the 6.
Let's try that. Hey, there it goes.
There you go.
What is your favorite number and why?
13, because that was my baseball jersey in Little League.
Nice. Mine's 33. And I don't know why, but it's always been 33.
Scottie Pippen.
Is it? I don't know.
That's definitely Scottie Pippen's number. I was a huge Bulls fan growing up.
It's not because of I'm not a basketball fan.
Number?
It's just a number.
33 is a very 3 is 3, 7. Those are, they call them 1. Everybody has their number. Like 666 is a bad number, right?
777 is a good one.
3, 7. A lot of the prime numbers are usually used in some kind of religious or evil spell, or there's all kinds of number conspiracy theory things.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, my favorite number is 13. You know why? Because we had 13 guys on our team. The jerseys were numbered 1 through 13. They were also in order of size. The lower numbers being smaller, the higher numbers being bigger.
Okay.
I was a bigger dude. It was
so
me and one
13.
there were 2 big shirts. One was 12, one was 13. I was 13, third base. 12 was our first baseman. He was huge too.
Nice.
He could hit dingers, homers all day though. I never could hit a homer. I was never a home run hitter, even though I was big. Like Babe Ruth, I was always good for a line drive to the outfield, and I had a ton of RBIs. But he put them over the fence. I could crack a ball 100 million mile an hour to the outfield in a hole. Like I could hit a gap, but I could never hit a pop fly. Like
it
get
would
it
just
over the
die.
fence.
It was like
I'd hit them. They'd hit and roll to the fence, like line drives, base hits all day long.
So I did a quick lookup.
I just saw that. What's your number say about you?
What's your number say about you? So you pick 13. So we do number 1 and number 3. So number 1.
Oh, so it doesn't go to 13?
It does not go. It goes to 9. So you have to combine the two.
Okay.
Essentially. So number 1 is synonymous with being the best in most cultures. The number symbolizes confidence, and you are more likely to be a strong leader with an ambitious streak. Lost my place. One lovers, not one lovers.
Hey now.
One lovers also tend to be courageous, but can also be selfish and demanding. 1 is the number of the loner or someone who will not follow the crowd. It symbolizes creative spirit and individuality.
One.
It is the divine number, referring to one and only one God. The number also it's the number of human beings, the only creature on earth to stand straight up on two legs, which is not true because monkeys and apes do it.
It's the loneliest number that you've got.
Yeah.
Monkeys don't really stand up straight, though.
Gorillas do. They walk on their knuckles, but they can stand up and walk.
They can,
upright.
but they don't stand at a desk like you. They don't stand vertical all day.
No.
They can. They're capable, but that's not their posture.
That's not their posture. So, in the number
like
3...
We can plank, but we can't plank all day. It's not
actually there are some people that do, and
not all day.
It is weird. 13 hours.
The world record's not. It's not natural.
It's way too long
for humankind.
It's way too long.
So 3 covers me and you.
So 3 covers me and you. So it 3 lovers. I love 3 lovers. 3 lovers are
Menage a trois.
Yeah, usually the life of the party. They are very energetic, funny, and sociable.
That's us.
I'm
as self-described.
None of those. And I got it twice.
You can be sociable if in the right setting.
If I want to be,
and you can be funny. You're just often not.
My humor's more dry though.
You on this show, I'm the one that's like my mind goes like way outer space.
Someone's going to keep this fucker on the rails,
and you're the one that's like, okay, this is funny. We're going to talk about it, and you talk about your humor. It's just different styles, I think.
It is. Mine's more dry and just kind of. It usually falls flat with most people. Because I'll say,
I think you're pretty funny. Anybody that has any common sense or intelligence, I think, gets your humor.
That's the problem.
But
most of the people I hang out with
humor.
don't
it's not
have
dumb humor.
Most of the people I hang out with don't have.
I'm the one. I've got like my brain's like that Saturday Night Live sexual innuendo. That's what she said. Steve Carell kind of dumb humor.
Well, that's where I go. But then I kind of
yours is more.
Mine's kind of diabolic and it gets kind of dark.
It can.
It. Oh no, it does.
Oh, it does.
It gets. I go to some dark ass places with my humor.
Dark places. Put your humor all up inside. What?
Yeah. So if you favor the number 3, you probably have a strong vision for your future, and you can.
Nope.
And you are pretty artistic. Yes.
I would say I'm artistic.
However, the popularity.
Autistic or artistic?
That says artistic.
Okay.
That says artistic. That's ART, not AUT.
Okay.
However, the popularity can get to your head, which one, and you can be a bit agnostical too.
Egotistical.
I'm going with agnostical.
Okay. That's a completely different thing. Egotistical, I will admit sometimes that I pump myself up. Sometimes I drag myself way down too, though. But agnostical is like
agnostical.
The popularity gets to your head, and you stop believing in deities.
That's right. I'm out.
Oh, I used to believe in Buddha, but now I don't.
Now I don't.
I'm popular.
Nope. So it's egotistical too. You make friends easily.
Yeah,
most people that I know that have met me, they're like, I did not like you the first X amount of time. Like, I didn't like you the first month that I knew you. I didn't like you the first 6 months,
my
first
friend
year.
Jason, who I want to have on the show eventually, great entrepreneur and business mind. But his wife, he played drums in a band for, I say for us. He was in the band with me. We were in the band together. His wife was a single kid, raised by a very strong single woman. And she did not get my sarcasm at all. And when we first met, she literally, at one point said, I've hated you. Like, I don't like being
my
around
entire
you.
life.
She hated me for like 3 or 4 years before she finally went, oh, he does care about me.
Yeah.
He does love me. Like, and they're some of our best friends this day. She was the best maid of honor and best in the wedding. Best maid of honor.
Yeah.
But yeah, she hated me.
I hear that a lot about myself. Like,
I get it on Facebook a lot. And it's funny because I usually joke with people I know, but then people that don't know me
chime in with their bullshit.
Read it. Like GW says it best. He says, when I read it in your voice with your inflections. I can see you saying that to me in person. Because I don't say nothing on Facebook. I want to say...
Right.
Like when I get sarcastic on yours...
I don't say anything on Facebook.
And you're just like, stop, or whatever. You know me, though, and you know I would have said that if we were standing in the same room. I don't go after people to try to be a keyboard warrior. I just, I'll either...
A what?
Keyboard warrior.
Keyboard warrior.
Right. And I went full Martelle there. You never go full Martelle.
Never go full Martelle.
But, I make friends pretty easily. I can talk to anybody. I grew up on the road, traveling on a tour bus. So I had to.
I could talk to anybody. I just choose not to. Like, I will literally we're out in public and someone will be like, man, or I'll, they'll see me order something like, oh, that's really good. I'm like, yeah.
Making friends.
I stop the conversation before it begins. But 3 is important because it's a number of good fortune in many cultures.
There you go.
It is the first number that forms geometrical figures, a triangle.
Bingo.
3 is sacred in many religions.
Called it.
And is considered a number of harmony, wisdom, and understanding.
There you go. And that's probably why you like it.
And I'm doubled up on that.
You are.
You only got 1. I'm doubled up on harmony, wisdom, and understanding.
Yeah, I wouldn't even argue that with you.
I don't want to understand anything you're saying. The harmony can go out the window, and I am fucking smart as hell.
Big difference between being smart and being wise.
Hold on. That was the egotistical part.
Right.
Agnostical.
7's another one, too. I know 7's a...
let's read what 7 is.
Has different connotations.
So, those who choose the number sever... I'm reading it as it is.
That's how it's written. You're not reading it wrong for once.
Those who choose the number 7 are likely people with wisdom and book smarts. Due to their high IQ, they can tend to be more impatient and critical of others. However, they are also very loyal, faithful people who will stick by their loved ones in times of crisis. Number 7 is the number of perfection, security, safety, and rest. It is the most popular number in many cultures and typically considered to be very lucky.
There you go.
I'm changing mine to double 7s.
I told you, 3 and 7 are 2 numbers I know for a fact that have these throughout history.
Throughout culture. I know it's part of 7 is huge in the Asian cultures.
Different cultures, they mean very different things. But 3 and 7 are 2 that are very popular for various reasons. So, what's our next?
All right, so 44.
44. Double foes.
Let's find 44 here. 44. All right, so where and when was the most amazing sunset you had ever seen?
Sunset?
Sunset.
I would have to say, for me, the most amazing sunset I ever saw was while I was sitting under a parachute tent shelter thing in the desert of Arizona.
Floating 20,000 feet through the sky?
That would be really cool.
That would be amazing.
That would be really cool, but no. Because I'm too fat for one parachute to hold me. I'd have to have 4 of them. I'd be Operation Dumbo Drop 2. They'd make Danny Glover would have to rescue me from a jungle in wartime. But no, when we were in Arizona, and everybody told us when we were going out to film the show, when the sun sets, it gets cold. I'm like, yeah, I know it gets cooler at night. No,
it gets cold.
We're watching. There's mountains way off in the distance, which I later found out had a bunch of cave markings and writings and there's all kinds of signs of life from previous cultures.
Yeah.
Which was incredible to me, knowing my history and stuff.
So,
but we were
take a pause there. Cave markings.
Yeah.
So recently, it was discovered that cave markings, before they were actually painted on the wall, were actually etched into the wall.
Yeah, some of these were etched.
Well, they were etched and then painted.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that the paint stayed
in there. It wasn't on the face of it.
It wasn't just painted to the face.
That's smart.
They etched the image in that they wanted, and then they painted with their limited color palette.
Yeah,
how they wanted things to look, so that it would actually.
And where we walked, there was this one that's like a big old massive just rock ground area. It's like we're standing on a boulder essentially, and there are all these little bowls perfectly ground into this. And they explained that's where people used to they would use the kind of like a mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
And they ground up herbs or whatever.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So, yeah, it was just really cool. But to see the sunset from the tent, the first night when we didn't get fire on the show, which I haven't really talked about being on the show.
We'll have to do an episode on that.
Yeah.
And pull up all those YouTube videos.
Unreal experience. But when the sun set, it was the most beautiful thing I've seen. It's dead quiet. We're in the middle of the desert. Nothing around. The camera crew left.
So it's just you guys.
It was just us. Maybe one camera guy stayed back to get a couple night shots of the first night. But most of the production crew is pretty much gone, except for a camera and a.
They all went to their hotel.
Some of them stayed at the hotel, some in RVs. I found out later, but we couldn't see them from where we were.
Well, it wasn't in a tent.
No, we weren't in a tent.
Without
we were in
fire.
An open shelter using a parachute.
Infested.
Yeah. You have to watch the episode. But that sunset was amazing. And as soon as the last sliver of sun went behind it, I am not kidding, it dropped 40 degrees. I'd never experienced desert temperature change like that. And it was the end of January, so it was cold. But that sunset was beautiful.
So I don't know what mine is because I've only gone to the East Coast, so I've never seen it.
You still see sunsets, but it's not like over the ocean.
It's not over the ocean.
You see sunrises.
So it's not, the sunrises are
Yeah,
amazing.
Myrtle Beach, we partied so late, we decided to stay up and watch the sunrise.
Yeah, I would say probably, one of the best sunsets I've seen is probably just sitting on my front porch.
My parents got a great view of the sunset.
I can, right here, I can just see the sky turns like purple and orange.
Your house faces the same way my parents does.
And you
get the purple, orange, pinks.
Yeah, and that is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I agree with you. Mom and Dad's porch faces the same thing. You can see the sunset just by sitting on the front porch, and that's almost one of the ones I said.
All right, so we're going to make this our last one, and of course it has to end this way. What makes you nervous?
That is a good conversation starter.
That is. So,
I don't know if that's like a good first date conversation starter, but if you're just looking to break the ice with a group, like if you're teaching kids a class, first day, you want to start a discussion, something like that.
Yeah.
Or it could be used in a group meeting. What makes you nervous is a good one. What makes me nervous?
And this isn't like, what's your biggest fear?
No.
It's just, what makes you nervous?
When I have to pee real bad and I'm not close to a bathroom.
Ooh.
Actually, when I have to poop real bad.
I had that yesterday.
That makes me nervous.
I was rushing.
Because in the end, if you crap your pants, you're going to live. But as an adult, that's still something you try your hardest not, like of all things you try not to do, like you can try not to run out of gas, try not to offend somebody, try not to be rude and take the last entree or, the last appetizer thing.
Being that guy.
But like you really want to try not to crap your pants as an adult.
My butt is puckering right now.
It's like we've all been there. That makes me nervous. So one time we've had John Hoop on the show talking sports a long time ago, many episodes ago. Beth and I were up there playing cards at their house, playing euchre and other games. And he said, "Hey, we live close to the church. It was Saturday night. We all went to the same church. We've got this spare bedroom with a big bed. Why don't y'all just stay the night?" Sure. We're 5 minutes from church here versus 30.
Yeah.
So Beth said, "Well, we can't. We don't have this." And I said, "I'll run home and grab our toothbrushes and crap and some clothes. It's fine. I'll be right back." So I start heading towards Logan. So when we lived out in the cabin. Mm-hmm. When I left Lancaster, they live over other side, like Walmart-ish area in one of those neighborhoods.
Okay, yeah.
By the time I hit the 33 bypass, my guts went.
Ooh, bubble guts.
Okay, I'm going to have to do something else when I get home. By the time I got to where the 33 merges to 2 lanes and the speed limit slows down, I was driving Beth's 95 Crown Vic with my feet pressed on the floorboard and the cruise on, vertical. My butt was off the seat. I was clenching so hard. I was fully homo erectus.
That's an ab workout.
You talk about core strength and planking. For the next 15 minutes, I did that. And I passed a rest stop. And here was my thought, because there's a rest stop right before the 180 exit,
yep,
which we lived down off of 180. My thought was, do I go in there and just let it happen? Or do I try to make it home, which is another 10 minutes away? And I'm not lying. I'm fully off my seat this whole time. There's nobody. It was late at night. Nobody's on the road. Cruise is set at 70 or whatever. And I'm shaking. I'm sweating. I'm clenching with all I've got. And I'm thinking something's going to leak out anyway. And I see that, and my thought is, well, if I try to get out there and crap my pants, I've got to get back in the car and sit in it and get home.
Yeah.
Or throw underwear away. Like, it's just not a good situation. Where if I go home and I crap my pants, okay, I live in the woods, nobody's there, I can strip on the front deck and go into the shower.
Yeah.
So I decided to hold it. Dude, I get off. I'm looking both ways as I take the exit. I turn left, still fully clenched. I mean, my body's rigid like a board. I am straight. I make a hard left. The back end kicks around behind me. I don't stop. I'm not going 70, but I did not stop. Nobody's coming. I got all the way down there. Our road's like winds up over a hill. I didn't even pull into a parking spot. I almost hit our cabin, throw it in park, run inside, and all hell breaks loose. That made me nervous.
Yeah, that's nervous. Yeah, I think mine more is whenever you're on a call, and mine's more work related, I guess. You're on a call, and your boss, your manager, whoever, they're like, "Hey, can you stick around for a minute?"
Yes.
Because I'm like, oh.
I have a name for that. I don't know if it's a real thing on like Urban Dictionary, but I call that the principal theory.
Yeah.
Or conundrum. Because when you're in school, in the middle of a class, the intercom comes on, only in your classroom says, "Brandon Martelle, please come to the principal's office."
And you're like, fuck.
you instantly start thinking,
what did I do?
Or when your wife or your boss or friend, hey, I just want to remember to talk. I need to talk to you at the end of the day, but don't worry about it right now. No,
don't tell me that.
Write yourself a sticky note. Don't tell me that in advance.
Because I won't remind you.
I will be all day wondering what I've done wrong.
Matter of fact, I'll be like the guy from Office Space, and I will try to sneak out 5 minutes early.
right. Ducking under cubicles.
Rolling through stuff. So that's the one that makes me nervous.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. Clogging a bathroom at a party. Clogging the toilet. Somebody else's house.
You know what? That wouldn't make me nervous. I would take that with pride, but I would not claim it. That's internal pride.
You just let it go?
Yeah.
And not tell anybody you clogged it?
I wouldn't tell anybody I clogged it.
What if there's a line?
That's a different story.
Yeah.
If there's a line, then there's a serious... someone ate some bad shellfish or someone bought some bad shellfish at the party. If there's a line.
Shellfish.
All right, we got one more. And that's, welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
What is up?
Not much, buddy. Just living life.